Hey everybody, Mr. Craigo here. Today we are going to take some notes on how to multiply a monomial by a polynomial. So just a little bit of vocab to remember first. A monomial means an expression that has only one term. So something like 3x squared. Basically something with no plus or minus signs. Monomial is just one term. A polynomial means something with more than one term. So that could be 2 terms, 3 terms, 8 terms, 100 terms, whatever. Those would all be polynomials. And you can tell the terms apart because they're separated by a plus or minus sign. So something like 8x squared minus 3x plus 7 is a polynomial. There are 3 terms there. So what we're going to be doing today is multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. And in order to do that, we are going to use the distributive property. So take a minute, pause the video, go ahead and write down in your notes what I have written down here. So pause the video, take these notes, and then we're just going to go through a couple example problems. So the first example we're going to do is exactly this example at the top of the page. We're going to multiply this monomial, 3x squared, times the polynomial, 8x squared minus 3x plus 7. And all we're going to do is use the distributive property. So I'm going to take 3x squared and distribute it to each of these 3 terms. And then just one other thing to remember, when we worked with exponents, when you are multiplying terms together, you add the exponents. You're still going to multiply the coefficients, the numbers in front, but then when it comes to the exponents, you're going to add them. So when we distribute 3x squared times 8x squared, we're going to say, okay, what's 3 times 8? Well, that's 24. And then we're also multiplying the variables, x squared times x squared. I'm just going to add the exponents there. 2 plus 2 is 4. So this will be 24x to the 4th. Then I'm going to distribute 3x squared times, this is negative 3x. We'll start with the coefficients. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. This is x squared times x. I have to add the exponents here. But remember, when it's just x, that's really like x to the first power. So when I add the exponents, 2 plus 1 is 3. This would be minus 9x to the 3rd. And then finally, 3x squared times 7. Well, 3 times 7 is 21. The x squared, there were no other x's to multiply it by, so that's just going to stay x squared. So our answer here would be 24x to the 4th minus 9x to the 3rd plus 21x squared. If we look at another example, we're going to do another one. Negative 2x is our monomial times, here we have a polynomial with 4 terms, x to the 4th plus 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. With this one, it's going to be important. We do realize this negative 2x is really negative 2x to the 1st power. So that way we're just going to add 1 to all the exponents we see. And the other thing we have to be careful about is this negative 2. Just make sure we're not forgetting about that negative when we distribute. So negative 2x times x to the 4th. Remember, this is really 1x to the 4th. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. With our x's, we're just going to add the exponents. 1 plus 4 is 5. So negative 2x to the 5th. Distribute again. Negative 2x to the 1st times 3x squared. Well, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And add the exponents. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So negative 6x to the 3rd. Distribute to the next term, negative 2x times negative 5x. Here we have to be careful with our signs. Negative 2 times negative 5 is going to become a plus 10. And then x times x is x squared. And then finally, negative 2x times negative 2. Well, negative 2 times negative 2 is a plus 4. And then there was no x to multiply this by, so that's just going to stay x. So we end up with negative 2x to the 5th minus 6x to the 3rd plus 10x squared plus 4x. So for the next example, I want you to try it on your own. So we're going to try doing 4x to the 3rd times 5x plus 3. So go ahead and pause the video, and in your notes, try to do this problem. Multiply 4x to the 3rd times 5x plus 3. Please pause the video and try this problem. All right, so you paused the video, you tried the problem, let's see how you did. We're going to take 4x to the 3rd and distribute it to 5x and to 3. So 4x to the 3rd times 5x, I'm going to multiply my coefficients. 4 times 5 is 20. X to the 3rd times x to the 1st will be x to the 4th. And then 4x to the 3rd times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. And there wasn't an x here, so that's just going to stay x to the 3rd. So we end up with 20x to the 4th plus 12x to the 3rd. Hopefully you got that right. And for the last problem, same thing. I want you to try this on your own. So go ahead and pause the video and try to multiply negative x to the 4th times 2x to the 3rd minus 4x minus 1. Pause the video, give this one a try, and then press play when you're done with the problem. All right, let's see how you did. Again, we're going to distribute here. I'm going to think of this as a negative 1x to the 4th, because that might make my multiplication a little bit easier. So here, negative 1x to the 4th times 2x to the 3rd. Well, that's going to be negative 2x to the 7th when we add the exponents. Negative 1x to the 4th times negative 4x. Negative 1 times negative 4 will become plus 4. And then when I add my exponents, this is x to the 5th. And negative 1x to the 4th times negative 1. Well, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1, so plus 1, x to the 4th. So negative 2x to the 7th plus 4x to the 5th plus 1x to the 4th. So we did a few examples here today in your notes. Tomorrow you will have an assignment where you will be trying some of these problems on your own. So please let me know if you have any questions. Hope you followed along, hope you took good notes, and I will talk to you tomorrow.